Hey guys, I've had lots of requests for how to build a quadcopter. Let's do that.
This drone build brought to you by the Parrot AR Drone 2.0 battery by IE-Grow. Designed specifically for the Parrot AR Drone 2.0, this 2000 mAh 11.1 volt 20C LiPo is a nice upgrade. The IE-Grow battery boasts overcurrent, overcharge, short circuit, and discharge protection. At only 128 grams, the higher capacity allows you to be in the air longer before having to return for a charge. Check out IE-Grow and the products that they offer by clicking on the link in the description or visiting iegrow.com.
So the first part we're going to look at is the frame. We got this frame off of Amazon, and again, it's all from one manufacturer, and I'll put the link down here in the description. And that's just to give you a quick overview of it, looking at it. Some of the things to note: if this is your first quad, you want to look for something that has decently stiff arms, yet aren't too stiff that they will snap in a break. This one in particular is a very large quad. It's probably a 500 millimeter quad, so it's on the larger side. It's not one of your FPV racing quads, but what I'm going for here is something that will give me some good stability in the air, some maneuverability, but something just really to learn how to fly. So what I'm going to be doing is building a big frame, underpowering the motor, undersizing the props. That will give a little slower, sluggish response to the quad, and allowing me to. It'll be a little bit more forgiving on the controls. What I am going to do is going to go for a flight controller that has some higher end specs and a ESCs that I'll mount out here on the wings or on the arms that'll have some extra power to them, and then I'll be able to upgrade the motor and the propellers and have a much more fun quad here. Or even I can take the flight controller, the ESCs, and put them in a brand new body with the same propellers, whatnot, and have a completely different flight. So yeah, let's start off. So we got the frame here, as I said, kind of sturdy, looks good. The middle here, it's fairly heavy quad to begin with. So it's heavy. We've got a gimbaled, not gimbaled. What am I saying? This is an anti-jello mount for your GoPro. You just wrap the GoPro up underneath here, and you have a GoPro mount there. This is for your batteries. There's some standoffs here that'll go in here, and I've only got one screw on the top that was just sort of to hold everything together. The next thing we got here are some props. Now, as I said, I was undersizing the props for the motor. Let's look at the motor here real quick. What we got is the EMax XA2212 1400 kV. What that means is that for every volt you put into the motor, it will spin at 14,000 RPM. So we kind of know about how fast it will run. This is really designed for props that are 7 to 8 inches in diameter, and the props I have here are 6 inches in diameter. One of the interesting things that I'm going to have to deal with here is the prop adapter. Again, is designed for larger props, which have a larger inner hub diameter. So I'm going to have to hog those out a little bit. But that's kind of what you get when you're doing a DIY. You're kind of mixing and matching everything together, trying to get the performance you want. The other thing to note is the arms here are pretty thick, thicker material, and the screws that came with it are rather short, so they won't actually make it through here. So I'm going to have to get some other screws to mount them on there. So we'll do that. All right, so the next thing on the list here will be the ESC and not the ESC. We'll hit that later. We'll go first to the flight controller. So here's the flight controller. can see there. This is the Luminaire Lux. Now this is actually the Crazy Pony version of it. So this is one of the knockoff type versions of it, but it is it's got the same ICs as the real Luminaire version of it, and actually kind of costs I think it costs about $10 less than the actual Luminaire Lux. So you do save a little bit of cash there. Next up on the list is the Radiolink RD6 or R6D. This is their Radiolink receiver, pairs up with the Radiolink radio, which I will put a link to it in the description. I have a video of that here on my channel, so you can subscribe and see that. So now this does PPM and has 5 channels of PWM. So yeah, so if you go to the PPM mode, you use the first channel here, and then you've got channels 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 on PWM. So that's kind of cool, because then you've got a 10 channel receiver here for really tiny. So that's one of the more high-end parts that I'll be able to use on quite a few other quads further on down the roads. Yeah, just like the flight controller, higher end item here. The other thing I've got is I got a quad pack of Castle 35 amp BECs. Now these come in a quad pack, so that means there's 4 in a pack. Now 3 of them have no BEC, and 1 of them does have a 7 amp BEC. So what that does is the BEC gives your power to your flight controller, gives you power to your radio and other electronics on board. See, what else do we have? So I've covered the motor, covered props, ECs. Oh, power distribution board. I've got that. I'll link to another video here. And yeah, basically it's a 12 volt and with a it's got 12 volt and a 5 volt output. It's got the same footprint as the Luminaire, and it will actually sit underneath. If I remember right, I was thinking that the Luminaire actually has a step-down converter on it. I'm gonna have to check on that and let you know. But I kind of think that it is able to take up to like a 3S LiPo and be able to run off of that down convert. I'm gonna check on that for you. Yeah, let me get back to you on that one. But yeah, so anyway, here's my build here, and we'll go through here. So as I said, subscribe, click the link over here, click the link that's probably up here or down in the bottom here. Leave a comment, like it. If you didn't like it, don't like it, let me know. I'd rather have some feedback than no feedback at all. So, all right guys, thanks.